welcome in. How you doing? Oh, we are in for a treat today, Queen. It is 1,000,000 degrees here in New Jersey, so we are going to play a game that is taking place in the snow. I'm gonna vicariously send you guys cooling vibes. I know that the UK is crazy right now. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to restart God of War Ragnarok because it's like a rare day that I am completely just like wrong about a game, but like Auburn, thank you for the resub, dude. And for 26 months, we have passed the 2-year threshold. Let's freaking go. That's actually crazy. Welcome in, Auburn. Today is going to be so much fun, guys. I'm so excited. I'm so ready to show you guys this game and to replay this game. Oh, today's cooler for you guys. Queen, I'm so relieved. For us, it's so bad. For us in Jersey, we're actually melting. But Auburn, how you doing? It's good to see you. I hope you've been doing well. Let me make sure that everything, all systems are go. This is on, that's good. I'm sending you guys all the cooling vibes. You know, we need it. We need it. I don't know if this is the right positioning for the camera. I feel like we're just going to have to FAFO and find out. You know? I'm also, what am I missing? I'm missing something. My water. Welsh, what an early stream. Yeah, I've missed your streams. I've missed you, Welsh. How you doing? I got a couple hours before therapy, so I figure that we're safe to start this again. Hello, Phoenix, and you're fine. You are all fine. All right, let's do this business. We're gonna hit a new game. Let's go. Give me story, give me grace, give me balance, give me no mercy, give me God of War. I feel like we have to do balance because that's the only correct, you know, if we do give me God of War, that's going to be insane. Why is the camera shaking? How you doing, Auburn? How you been? Let me just... Is it weird that it's shaking so much? I chose Give Me God of War. My first playthrough was crazy. Girl, that's wild. Just sitting at work? How has work been, dude? I mean, the good news is you have some excellent story for it. Bro, is the camera supposed to be shaking this much? Oh, Auburn, I'm so sorry, dude. I hope it's just like a summer thing and not like a... I've been good, Welsh. I cannot complain at all. I've been chilling. I've been really chilling and vibing. I've been having a great summer so far. We're doing lots of exercising. I've been at the gym like crazy. Sino, thank you for the resub as well. 26 months for you too. Let's go. Glad you gave this game another go. Agreed, Sino. Yeah, we're gonna do daily episodes because that's easier for YouTube and better for us. I'm also excited. I'm ready to jump back into this because, as I was saying, when my best friend recommends something, I know for a fact that I'm wrong about it if I didn't enjoy it. Got a bob to shop, but we'll be back. Not a problem, Queen. Enjoy. We'll be here.
What's next?
And then we'll also be back tonight as well at 5 p.m. So for anybody who can't stay, do not stress. You will also see us later tonight. Yeah, I have a VODs channel. So what I like to do, Welsh, is I like to create episodes and then upload them as VODs. So I like to be sensitive for these like midday streams where we can have like, you know, 2 to 3 hours, but get some meaningful chunk of story done. Just because I know people love to vibe to it and stuff. Eventually, someday, I'll go through and download all of it and edit it, but like, it takes so much patience. What's up, Crystal? Welcome in. We forgot the Mimir brother. Okay, wait, hang on. Hang on, wait. Hang on, wait. Let me get to a smooth point to pause. I feel like the camera is shaking wildly. Is it just me? Is this just what the hang on. I need to see something here. to gameplay. Let me see if I can just turn off the recenter camera, give me balance, aim assist. Is there a thing for like camera shake? Because this is insane. Is camera bob in the settings? I thought so. Does anybody know? What's up, Harley? Yeah, we gotta find this, because this is... This ability, let's see if we can... Motion reduction. Reduce camera shake and ambient sway. Yeah, give me that. Harley, thank you for the resub and the 8-month. Let's freaking go. Ambient camera sway. Get all of this off. That is absolutely horrible. Thank you. No wonder I was being tortured. Did I need to apply that? Hang on. No. So why is it still happening? Cinematic smoothing. Smooths out camera music, handle motion during cinematics. Yeah. There we go. Now that is a cutscene. Yeah, camera sways like motion blur, where motion blur is really frustrating. And Harley, thank you for the resub. Let's freaking go, especially the Prime sub. Both are ew. Oh my god, I know.
You know?
Both are a migraine recipe. So how excited are you guys that we're back in God of War Ragnarok? I've been ready to restart this game for a hot minute. I know when I'm wrong, and I knew that I was wrong. And then I was talking with my bestie, and she was literally just like, I love this game. And I'm like, all right, I'm the bitch. I'm willing to admit that I'm the bitch. I know when I'm being the problem.
Ready.
I think the problem is that we tried to play this like 12 hours a day every day, and any game starts to get to you when you're like no-lifing it that way, you know? Dude, this is so much better without the camera shake. The puppies! Another chapter in the Plague's Tale. I didn't see that! Oh my god, Auburn, that's huge news. I'm so excited. Dude, I'm ready. That's another one that we will also be revisiting.
Maybe he'll be ready to eat when we get home.
He is quite sick, Atreus.
Now, as most of you guys know, I did lose my puppy this year, but I will tell you this much, I'm in a better position than I was the last time we played this.
I'm not giving up on him.
I'll possibly need to restart it. Honestly, that's what I love to do, Harley, is just to rip the band-aid off and start fresh. Because I always find that when I try to get reinvested emotionally in a story that it's like reading a book for me. I like to read it from start to finish and not just like pick it up.
It is her. The state is not far.
Here we go. Okay. Let me orient myself.
Get ready.
Freya! I still need to play the second Plague Tale. Welsh, it's so intense, but so good. Also, can we just talk about how my new CPU makes this look so much better? I gotta remember all the controls now. Puppies!
She wouldn't give up that easy, would she?
Yeah, now we can actually play this on high without any issues with stream going. And the audio is fine, right? We don't have any like crazy feedback or whatever. Dude, she's cool as hell.
Got you. Gotta get away from her.
I love how we're just getting icy. Agreed, Auburn. I want one real bad. I want to go axe throwing really bad.
Trees, they're coming down.
I feel like that would be so much fun, is to go axe throwing. I also need to do a rewatch of Vikings and the Last Kingdom. But I was actually thinking that we might do the rewatch of Vikings on Discord, for those of you that have never seen it.
I'm losing my grip here.
That way we could all just watch it together. You can't tell me they have about— I know, Ragnar's actor is just— I'll be happy to watch it again and again, right? Well, Vikings is one of the best shows that was ever created. I'm willing to argue about it. I really appreciate that she's not going after Atreus, though. Girl, I'm trying. I'm spamming.
Please don't make me do this!
Also, I just have to say, whoever's playing this game on keyboard and mouse instead of controller, y'all are wild and I salute you. Poor Freya. I understand why she's so upset though. Like, my grief after Raja was exactly what her rage is looking like right now. It's like, I get it. Even if he was a dick, like, it doesn't change the fact that that's her kid, you know? Right, Crystal? It's like anybody who's really grieved, I feel like we know what's up.
It's Becky. Svana. Up.
It's Becky and Svana. Also, can I just point out that, like, whenever I see Siberian Huskies, this is the only thing that it feels like they should be doing.
I keep hoping she'll let it go. You saved her life.
I killed her son. There is no letting that go.
Yeah.
Good for him for recognizing that, too.
I guess killing Baldur really did bring on Fimbulwinter. Never stopped snowing after that day. Think it's ever gonna get better?
Someday. But the worst is still ahead of us. We must be strong.
We must. But yeah, I'm so happy that we're giving this game another go, too. I'm so glad that Sinnoh said that, because yeah, it was time. There's times in my life where I need Kratos, and I feel like as I've been going to the gym more, this is also really, like, so for me it sounds really weird to say this, but like, I listen to a lot of Stoic podcasts and stuff at the gym, and Kratos really is very in line with that. Agreed, Crystal. I really like this version of him. Did you guys ever see that, like, the OG creator of God of War was apparently, like, super toxic about the idea of Kratos maturing? And I was like, oh, bro, you're going in the wrong direction, bro. Like, just reverse. Pop, lock, and reverse, bro. Like, what are you doing? He was like, oh, the new games have made him soft. And it's like, bro, it's not soft. It's strong to...
Come on, girls.
Have vulnerability and emotions, especially as a man. Like, especially, we come from like such a toxic culture, right? Where like men really are bullied if they express emotions. They're bullied if they cry. They're bullied if they show that they're struggling. What's so healthy about Kratos is that it's like he stoically accepts suffering as part of the journey and doesn't belittle others for having that emotion either. Like his handling of Freya there was... It's speaking volumes. Oh my god, they're so cute. Oh my god, I can't wait for Riot. Guys, how excited are you for Riot? How excited are you guys for Riot? I am like so ready for Puppy. It's not even funny. I am that Belgian Malinois energy is gonna be crazy.
I don't hear him.
When he bonds with his son.
Atreus.
Fenrir. You okay, boy?
Okay, now this is classically a sad scene. If you're sensitive or experiencing pet death, this is your moment to go get some water. This is not your... That poor baby. He waited for Atreus to get back.
You're okay. I know. I missed you too. Where's your food? Still hungry? Come on, boy.
So thankfully with Raja, even though Raja passed naturally, he wasn't crying. And he wasn't, he did exactly this, where he stopped wanting to eat. And so I kind of knew that we had probably 12 to 14 hours, because I was like, if he doesn't like food... Like, see, he's at least trying to eat.
There you go.
But Raja didn't even try. It was like, he never had a single day of his life where he turned down his food. And it was literally only the day that he died that he...
You must prepare yourself.
For what? He's still eating. He wants to live.
Aw.
He is dying.
Oh, it's still getting me.
You're a good boy.
Man, this song with this scene. Depression recipe.
Fast and strong. But you
Now that's a vibe killer if ever there was one.
okay?
Picked a rough spot to come in, right, Dashira? Yeah, dude. This is exactly the moments that I had with Raja right before he died. I literally just spent that time nesting with him and just letting him know, like, it's okay. He wasn't doing anything wrong. You know, he had a fantastic life. He's more than served his role both in the family and in my life. Like, this is the best that you can give and do for them at the end of their life. I don't even know what you're talking about, Dashira. This poor baby. I'll tell you, that is the one thing too that as we are getting a Malinois that I'm concerned about, is that their lifespan usually is not as long as the small ones. I already don't even know what that is. Yeah, this is one of the hardest moments in all of gaming to start on. I'm actually like, so, and it's funny, like you guys can hear me getting kind of choked up. It's hard thinking about Raja and just, oh, the DLC for Darktide, nice.
We train.
Me too, Auburn. It's gonna be really good with Riot, guys. I'm really excited to... what I'm excited about is that 12 hours after Raja passed this way, he immediately just gave me a dream that had Riot the puppy running around alongside of him, and I was like, okay. Like, the only person who could have told me... The only person who could have told me that it was time to move on was literally Raja. He's the only person I would have accepted that from, and he was just immediately like, Mom, this is Riot. And then he exited stage left, and ever since we've been good.
We can't hide forever.
It's like, I love my good boys, I love them all.
Hide. We prepare for a fight for which we are not ready.
Man, it was hard to play this when he was sick, and to think about that day, and I think our fear of what that day will look like, you know?
War is coming. Whatever Loki's supposed to be doing, he's supposed to be doing it now. My story doesn't end hiding in these woods. I should be out there, finding out who I am, who Loki is.
I love this too, though, because this is such a individuation conversation.
I don't want to fight anyone. I just want answers.
And if those answers lead to war with Asgard?
The more it is, baby.
We do not know what Mother wanted.
Oh boy.
Looks like we never will.
He's like, don't talk about my wife this way. Oh. Oh, bro, this is the hardest part too, is when their body's laying there. Like, so Raja, the rigor mortis for animals sets in a lot faster than it does for people. Let me just tell you guys.
Before I bury him.
I took every single one of my holy oils. I took every single one of my stuff. I basically started to entomb him before I knew we would have him cremated, as if he was like a ritualistic offering, because I was basically just like prepping his body for his final send-off. When I tell you guys that those hours of having to do that are the most surreal experience, because you really do see that the occupant is no longer within the body. Like, it's this bizarre time that's both highly traumatic and highly emotional, but then also very cleansing spiritually, where it kind of just gives you this ability to separate, to move forward. But I was so thankful in that moment that I had the oils. I did not catch the first time that he was using a spoon to turn pages.
That dour expression anywhere. Care to tell me what went wrong?
It is, Auburn, but it was also very holy. It was like one of these things where it's such a privilege to have been able to be there for him as he passed, and to have the skill set to even prepare him for his final crossing is like...
Well, he goes to bury him.
It's a whole different energy, you know?
Damn it. All right, brother. Good night then.
Agreed, Crystal. And we will have the Mimir quote redemption. What I think I want to do is have one of those things where it like... Right, Auburn? Yeah, it was very holy. I mean, he waited for me to get there, and he waited to be in my arms, and then I literally watched him accept death. It was like the most intensely metal. It was exactly what Atreus was showing right there with Fenrir. It was like he just slipped the bonds, you know? And then what was crazy is that only 20 minutes later, my mom and I both heard him snorting, like, angrily in the hallway. And I was like, he's probably angry because he doesn't know why we're not patting him because we can't see him. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of funny that we all heard the same noises in the hallway. It's like, he's probably angry. He's like, why aren't I being fed right now? Why aren't they playing with me? You know, like, return to puppydom. And in my heart, I know that he's playing with all the deceased pets of the people that I love and care about.
Are you joining me?
Her voice is so pretty. I don't remember her voice being this pretty. My cat is still with me. Absolutely, Crystal.
Faye.
Are you ready?
Absolutely. They're always still with us.
Himself sits atop your shoulders.
This is your hunt. I will follow.
We're never far. Very well, Grumbles. I really like Grumbles as a nickname. Remind me the next time that I ever have somebody in my life in that capacity to call them Grumbles. I want a Faye game, honestly. Same, Crystal. I want a DLC where all you do is play as her.
Tell me your thoughts.
We hunt the predator.
A wolf. Yes.
Predators kill. It is the natural order of things.
Your words are misguided. Shh. Approach slowly. It's okay, little one. We want to help. Don't we? No, don't!
Puppy!
Come on. The sick wolf we found beyond our stave. He found his way inside. As I said he would. We should have acted.
It was not our concern.
As I said he would.
Now it is.
Faye is a Taurus, confirmed. Faye is totally a Taurus. That sounds just like one of us.
Doorstep for it to be our responsibility. If we have the power to limit the harm it could cause, we should act. Who are we to hide and do nothing?
We are not hiding.
God, this game is beautiful. I forgot how beautiful that this game is. The boy is just like Faye to a point, agreed. Well, that's the sign of really excellent parenting as well. The sign of excellent parenting is when your kids find the best parts of you to emulate in themselves. Even when you've passed on, they carry on your great aspects. They carry on what they've actually learned and observed. These two are cute as hell. Kink unlocked. Just growing up. Either they went to the forest or didn't come back. It was a wild place. I'm so sorry, Nefer. That's so hard.
This way.
That's so hard. I would never want any one of my good boys. I would never want any one of my good boys to go out without me being there. You know what I mean? It's hard, like, but I understand it as well. Like, some animals do want to die in privacy. Like, I know that cats are a lot like that.
And there is much to do.
But I won't spoil it. I'm excited.
Brother?
Good lord. Panic attack. Thousand Cats was used partly to be at home and partly at forest. Depends very heavily upon your culture. Most of the modern dog breeds that we have wouldn't survive 5 minutes in the woods. That's just the God's honest truth.
It's been some time.
Like, unless they're a true mutt, they usually don't do well in the woods. And I would know because we find so many dog skeletons in the woods up here, especially from like small toy breeds that people let out and they just ran away. Like, that's the thing too. It very much depends on the breed of dog. It depends on their disposition.
Tracks heading down to the frozen river. That's most likely where he did the burying.
There's some dogs that do amazingly. Like, for example, part of the reason why Riot's going to be so well trained is because if he gets out, I would very much appreciate him not just
realm between realms.
No, the stones have not moved.
wildlife, wolves. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Nefer. It's like, it's all about what the dogs are there to be doing, right? So if it's a house pet, that's one thing where it's a much harder gig.
This is not
Whereas,
No prints this way either.
it's a much harder gig, whereas
Brother,
when we talk
the
about,
ground's softer down by the frozen river. Surely that's where he'd dig. We should look, yeah?
whereas when you have dogs that are more like working dogs, especially cattle dogs,
You don't suppose he was training in the middle of the night?
I suggested as much.
Did you? What on earth for?
He was
Mimir is mom.
grieving.
Oh, Kratos. I know you're trying.
Let me just remember my... It really depends on what their role is, right? Like, because that's the thing too, it's like, even with a Malma, when you think about like what it is that they're bred to do and how it is that they work in their
Now. Where else could he have gone from here?
in a trap, but the feet recovered, he was really cool. Yeah. Yeah. Dogs that are really good at negotiating the outdoors. Mimir is mom vibes. Dogs that are really good at navigating the outdoor and are used for heavy work.
Nightmares?
Dream of the past
They're surprisingly hardy.
almost every night.
The bad old days? In Greece?
No, it feels like Faye's trying to tell me something.
You don't mean to say you're talking to ghosts again, brother?
No, but it is something more than memory.
He's having an apparition.
Use your words, brother.
The tracks stop here.
You know.
And we're not alone.
Oh, joy. But, combat refresher, let's go. Now, remember that we do have parry in this. Here's fast attack. Heavy attack. But yeah, dogs that are really bred to be out in the wild are some of the hardiest breeds. Like, that's part of what attracted us so much to the Mals, is that I do a lot of hiking. So it's like, basically, who could possibly be the best hiking companion besides a dog that can definitely handle themselves, especially in dog-on-dog conflicts as well. Which, you know, I never want to have a dog-on-dog conflict, but if you're gonna be in one, it's always best to have, I find, a breed that is really hardy. Because, like, that was my biggest fear with Raja, was, like, somebody hurting him, or, like, another dog or animal hurting him. So we didn't really get to do much. Like, I would have loved to go camping, I would have loved to go hiking and rucking, but, like, he just didn't have the big dog privileges of being intimidating. Berries or shrooms are following and didn't get lost, and I even touched signal to stop and listen was nice, yeah.
Check on the protection stave.
Dude, well-trained
Tree up
animals.
ahead, yeah?
Well-trained animals are honestly everything, in a way that, like, we don't often discuss, but having your dogs properly trained is, number one, it's amazing for, by the way, like, your own health and well-being.
Stave is broken.
Explains our trespassers. What happened here?
Right, Crystal? It's gonna be so much fun, especially too because I'll be making training videos with him, so you guys will be able to follow along with the content of the process of
A struggle?
having
We
him.
must find Atreus.
Aye. Between the savage beasts and marauding raiders.
So you
they
guys
may
will be
have
able to
sought
see
shelter.
everything in the process, and I'll be giving you guys tutorials for, like, stuff to do at home too. Like, even if you have an older dog and you'd like to be able to teach them something new, I think it's very useful to actually have practical tips that will actually help you, especially in a variety of
Trails on the other side
environments.
that gap, if you can clear the way. Any idea what could have made the lad wander off?
We argued. He accuses me of hiding from Odin.
Eh, only sensible to keep a low profile after.
But no,
killing
having a
David
well-trained
King.
animal is honestly
Reckoning will
everything.
come. That
It
is
really
why
changes
Atreus
your life.
must learn to survive on his own.
Oh, this is about that prophecy.
Because having a
Just
dog
because
and
the
not training
giants had
them,
you dead on some wall full of
let me tell you
otherwise
guys right now,
accurate predictions.
no bueno.
Believe in prophecies.
Well, good.
That's why I get very frustrated too when I see people who have these beautiful, especially working breeds,
I'm
but they're not
skeptical
actually
by
working
nature,
them.
Though we have seen things that defy
What is going on
explanation.
here?
So, Speaking as the smartest man alive.
Dog psychologists, not really trainers, it really helped. Yeah. It helps to really understand things like drive. It helps really to understand things like what motivates your animal, what lights a fire under your particular dog, because it's different for everybody, right? It's just like it's different for human beings. Like you have some people who are absolutely very food motivated about things like exercise. You have people that are very activity motivated, where they're like, oh, I perform a sport. Damn. We sawed him right in half. Where's the other one? There they are. Yeah, I believe a lot in really learning your dog and learning their particular rhythms, and also allowing them to be a dog, by the way. Because one thing that I get very frustrated with, especially by people who purport dog training, is that they're like, oh, you know, basically good training should allow your dog to be more of a dog and have a natural personality. Dog training should not be, oh, your dog becomes a robot and they're just your slave that never has any kind of like input on a situation or intuition. Like part of the reason I'm so attracted to the idea of a Malinois is because they have insane intuition. Like if you guys have ever seen the way that those dogs behave when somebody's vibes are off, you'd understand why it's like, yeah, I want that around me. Because I unfortunately have an affinity to, as the quote goes, assholes and losers. And I've had a really lot of very bad situations in my life, and it's like, no, I would like a shepherd whose hackles go right up, and there's no option, you know? So it's like, once you understand what the breed was bred to do, once you understand what the breed's main functions are, it gets a lot easier to train them. Because, like, for example, with a Mal, not doing bite training is, like, why wouldn't I do that? That's basically abuse. Dog will tell you who to ditch in a hurry. Exactly, Auburn, exactly. And a lot of people who attract to shepherds, too, attract for exactly that reason. Because I'll tell you right now, there is nothing like the way that a shepherd will protect you. Those dogs, their hackles will go up at absolutely nothing. You'll be like minding your business and the dog is suddenly snarling at what looks to be an empty room, and I'm like, nope.
Too many for the scouting party. We must have a camp nearby.
I know what you're thinking, brother. But Atreus can handle himself. You've taught him well.
So
now that being said, too, trust their intuition once they've been trained. I would not say, you know, that every single dog, regardless of training, especially with reactivity, necessarily has the best 411. It's important to listen to animals whose judgment you can respect because they don't normally behave that way around all people. Like, that's one thing that, you know, these are like the disclaimers that, like, I really wish a lot more training content would cover. Because sometimes people are like, oh,
You know where we are going.
but what if my dog snarls at everybody? It's like, your dog is scared and probably insecure.
Or you could do that.
That's not intuition.
The raiders you rescued the wolves from.
That's called fear.
They have not been here long.
Or like, you know, it's funny because I know people who have very lazy dogs too, and they're like, I don't understand why my dog doesn't want to do more. I'm like, well, do you have them food motivated and toy motivated? And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, oh, dude, you gotta... When it comes to dogs, one of the biggest things that I have found useful... One of the biggest things that I have found useful is to make sure that you're not just giving them open access to things like food and toys. You really want to build that motivation for them to even seek it at all. Like, the amount of times that people don't even have their animal working for their kibble or something is wild to me. Like, for me, it's a matter of you want to always keep them sharp so that basically if you're out in the ambient environment and you pull out their kibble, they're going to keep their eyes locked on you because they know that the reward is worth it. Like, I don't do the whole treat thing with dogs. I don't think it's very useful. Like, maybe as like a special thing for a birthday or something, but
Leads deeper in.
There will be more.
I do not like my dogs to be eating excessive treats. I don't like them to have constant unfiltered access to toys. It's like, you need to use these things as reinforcement and rewards, just like you would for a kid. Having a kid who just constantly is playing with toys without any kind of structure in their day
Someone
leads to a real lack of motivation. Needs a lot of patience and rules. Yeah, it needs mostly diligence is the biggest thing that I care about, you know?
Look out, brother.
Oh god. My biggest thing with it is that, and not to sound like total, like, you know, oh, all you can have is rules. How dare you have fun with your dog? By all means, enjoy the animal however you enjoy the animal. I'm sure that they're going to be very happy with a competent owner no matter what package that comes in. But for me, at least, I like my dogs to be very highly motivated, very attentive. I'm not very big on the whole, like, you know, oh, this dog lives in such a lap of luxury that there's no consequences, that there's no structure, that there's no motivation, that there's no... Like, I don't think that the dog should be a robot, but I also don't think that it's very fair to the animal to just have nothing going on for them to get excited about or motivated towards. The big old pet peeve of mine. Where? Oh god! You jump scared me, sir. What's the problem? Alright, let me go back here and just kill whoever's left, because apparently I'm... Oh, I see. Well, that'll do it. Now listen, you two. Cut it with the shenanigans.
Atreus, are you here?
Huh.
But yeah, it takes a lot of patience, it takes a lot of process. I'm so excited to be able to film it and show you guys.
Leads back out.
But the weather has been too wishy-washy. Agreed, Crystal. Agreed. And that's one of those things too, like, one thing that I love is training both the focused heal and then the regular street heal. It is so much fun to have, like, especially too, whenever you guys see anybody doing loose lead walking. That for me is one of my most important things. Like, we never really had that issue with Raja because, again, you know, he was teeny. Am I insane, or like, where is my... There it is. Transmog, edit appearance, continue. Alright, we already know how to do all this. What I care about is this. So this is what we already have. This is what we would... Right? Already up. Cool. But yeah, the weather, when the weather is bad too, please for the love of God, when the weather is hot, do not be the person with your dog out here.
Impressive rampage, I'll give it that.
You think the bear was chasing Atreus?
Well, just as likely the bear was hurt and Atreus was chasing it to hell. You know the lad.
He's so cute. Atreus is such a sweetheart. I love how he's just like a veterinarian in training. Did we ever decide if this game... Oh no, it doesn't autosave, that's right. Oh my god, we haven't played this since 1010, let's go. That's funny as hell. Not since Libra season, let's go. Now here we are in Cancer. Oh my Mashugana. Why did I forget that you existed? Don't forget to upgrade, yeah. Let's not forget until the last 10 minutes of the game.
Well, we found the bear, or he found us.
Bjorn! Ironside?
He seems angry.
How do I dodge? That's how. Why won't it let me? Alright. There we go. We're getting a hang. Bro, he is one angry ass bear. A hurt bear, yeah. Poor baby. I always feel bad for animals in this state, man. Let's get them perfect parries mastered. Fuck.
Oh, you've now, bear.
Off we go.
Hit him before he starts again.
Poor baby. God damn it. I forgot that this is not very good with the control response. In fairness though, I imagine that this is exactly what it feels like to be squared up to a grizzly. So the game is doing a great job of that. I always feel bad for animals that are rampaging, man. That's my thing, is 1,000 years later of being around white sharks. Once you realize that most of them have PTSD from humans, you're like, oh. So am I just blocking at the wrong time there? Like, bro, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? Hang on. Get good is what I'm supposed to do. I love how after this, or no, did we play Elden Ring before this? I feel like we did. Yeah, we did that last summer, I think. Oh my god, at last. Bro. This is terrifying. See, I'm like so not a bear person, IRL. This is not an animal that I would ever just be like, yeah, let me try and square up to this. Llama, how you doing? Ah! Might be living up to the brand today, ladies. Oh yeah, we're living up to the brand today, that's for damn sure.
Off your back.
Off my back. Off your back. Which I love. Llama, how you doing? Welcome home from Greece, by the way. I hope it was a beautiful trip. It certainly looked like it. I was like, man, the jealousy is so for real. I was like, girl. Oh, to be in the beautiful tropics right now. Or not the tropics. What would we? Oh, the Mediterranean. That's right. Yoo-hoo! In the face of an angry bear, so much gets forgotten. Bro, dodge to the side, please. Thank you. How you doing, llama? Ah! No. You may not kill me this fast. God damn it, and I blocked at the wrong time. The fail is real. Yeah, let's go. No! Off we go. Beautiful and wonderful trip. Thoroughly enjoyed my time and even got a little tan going. Put some things in perspective. Girl, I'm so glad. Sometimes what we really need is a vacation, and it just cures all that like burnout that's lingering, you know? It's so easy sometimes to just like get kind of... It's so easy sometimes to just get like clogged with burnout is the best way that I can describe it. God damn this bear. It's so sad, bro. But also, holy crap, wrestling a bear? Sadness. And then we wonder who the bear was. And it was Atreus and his grief.
Atreus! Atreus!
Llama, I'm so glad that you had a wonderful trip, dude. I was like, I'm so happy for you this whole way through. I was like, yes, my girl needed some rest. And also just experience. I feel like it like reinvigorates our prey drive as human beings to be able to go out and do stuff that like we don't normally get to. Just see some history, see some beautiful sights.
You do not remember.
Poor bro blacked out in his grief, which is so sad. So much about him partner, my numbers dropped and I got to discouraged as people stopped liking me and just had some negative experience with creators and stuff. Girl, whoever gave you a hard time, let me know.
So sad.
You know already, let me know, but I'm so sorry, dude, and I'm so glad that you were able to just cleanse some of that, like, crud. Oh, girl. Nobody has stopped liking you, I promise you that. I think right now, where we are in the world is just so bad that it's becoming deafening. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I go through, like, sometimes that too, where I'm like, I won't see people for, like, 6 months and then they pop back in. This can honestly be one of the hardest freaking spaces. Like, it's like the one hand I encourage people like get away from social media, but the downside is that like they're not hanging out with us, you know what I mean? So it's like
I didn't know I could do that.
It's this endless seesaw of just trying to balance it all, and I feel for everyone right now, because right now the entire world, we are all suffering so bad right now as the whole internet, that it's just like, how do we lighten the load, both for us and for others? You know what I mean? It's so hard on our mental health. So I'm so glad that you had a chance to just like squeeze out some of that frustration.
You don't have
answers only your mother had.
Realize you almost killed him, right, Crystal?
Withheld.
What if there was someone who could help us? Someone that could give us answers about the giants and who Loki's supposed to be.
It's so, I mean, streaming is so rough on your mental health. It's really, because one thing that I will say that like we don't ever talk about enough in this space, but like it's really mindfucky, because you'll go online, right? And you'll be like minding your business, right? Like, so we have our like normal doom scroll, which is like the news of the world. But then we also have like, when you're hooked into things like Threads, when you're hooked into things like Twitter, when you're hooked into whatever, it seems like there's a never-ending feed of people complaining, and it really starts to get to you after a while, where you're just like, should I be concerned about this? And it's like, no, literally, it's part of why, like, girl, when you saw me leave Twitter, I straight up just bailed on Twitter for Threads, because I found that Threads is way more nourishing, and like, I don't know, like I just stopped listening to a lot of the you should make content this way, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm just doing whatever. If people don't like me, great, I'm glad they don't. I hate Twitter so much. Exactly, Llama, exactly. I was just like, fuck it, I can't control what people think of me anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you could be the kindest, sweetest person in the world, and people just don't like kind, sweet people.
Start thinking like a general.
No.
Damn. He said, I'm not going back to my toxic patterns. Let's go, Kratos.
No.
He said, I'm not being that general, son, and you can't bring that bad side out of me. Let's go.
Collect yourself.
That was cool. I wish we had more people that would do that too. Like, and I think that that's important, like, for everybody's own internal boundaries. It's so crucial to know when somebody's trying to drag you out of character, because that's the thing, like, it gets really, really frustrating. And I mean, like, that's the thing too, Llama, is like with content creation spaces, I feel like more so than ever, it's like there's this weird tone that gets holier than thou sometimes that people get, and it's just like, no. You know when it's time for a detox, because all of a sudden everything starts annoying you, and you're like, oh boy.
The boy becoming a bear?
Yeah, are we?
Not now. We need to repair the protection stave and get home.
What happened to the protection stave?
You did.
So you're blaming me?
I am not blaming you, Atreus.
I'm stating fact.
Tell your voice that.
Brother, just because you're hearing it as your father blaming you does not mean that he's actually doing that. Canyon arrows. Okay, right. He can do that.
Nista!
Where's our axe? Thank you. I was like, where's my... I was like, why am I just straight up meleeing with fists? D-Love! As a huge career, I did it for 2 years and I would never put myself... Influencer sponsor me, American Connections agents, the whole deal while having a normal life. Stress is probably the lowest for mental strain on my mind. It's a lot, yeah. Dude, these spaces can sometimes drive people into places where they wouldn't normally go themselves. And what's up, T-Love? It's good to see you.
Any other new magical abilities to report?
With his own voice while playing this game, the poor guy.
What about him?
When he died, you cast a spell.
Dude, content creation's a rough space, and we got a lot of people right now who, especially like with what's going on, just frankly in the entire world as a whole, like does not matter what region of the world you're in. There's something going on everywhere right now. Even just these heat waves, it's like it's sending people into a state where it's like, because like this is the thing that I constantly hear. I'm like, I don't know how to be more entertaining. I don't know how to do this. I feel like I'm gay. I'm like, bro, do what is fun for you. Do not listen to the bullshit of 100,000 people being like, I have this idea, I have blah, blah, blah. Create a list where people can dump their ideas. Explain to them that you will try to check it maybe once a week, but don't make promises that you can't keep. You know what I mean? Like if you literally need to go 3 weeks without even looking at your to-do list, great. Get the stress off the plate as much as you can and just offload it. You know what I mean? It's super hard on mental health and we feel like we have to do what others need us to do. Yeah, and I had no boundaries, and now that I do, I was hurt, but it made me feel better. Yeah, Llama, that's the biggest thing. Boundaries, health, like protecting your peace, your mental health. Like, so, and I mean, all you guys know, I had like the roughest start to streaming ever, where it was just like a lot of insanity and harassment. But like, exactly, T-Love, it's about it being fun. Like if something's not fun for you, even if a game is not fun for you, like I fully restarted this game because I feel that I was wrong about it, because my best friend has an amazing compass for games and she was like, I love this game. And then I played this game, and because I wasn't in the right headspace, right, I just wasn't having fun with it, so we stopped it. And it's like, we're only human beings. We're allowed to be wrong. We're allowed to be wrong, and we're allowed to sit there and just be like, oh, it's not the right time for this game, and then to come back. Watching metrics of any kind, exactly, T-Love. Like, I don't pay attention to numbers. I don't pay attention to folks. Like, if this stuff happens, great. I'm never going to ask you guys for it, if I'm being honest. Like, we already live a life where people are assigning social value to, like, innocuous jokes. And it's the kind of thing where I have literally watched people fall out over a sentence that both people read incorrectly. And I'm just like, we're living in literally insanity. Like, look, the last time that we picked this up was October, right? Like, if you guys think about who I was in October compared to where I am now in June, you guys would see a completely different person, right, Llama? Because you literally seen me through this, which I've changed completely. Last 3 months, just gonna do me, play the games I want. Yeah, and Llama, don't worry. Like, literally, those of us who are in this long term support, love, and encourage you. You're never going to have to worry about that from those of us that are genuine. The people who are chasing metrics, the people who are chasing constant, like, and it's okay, by the way, like, if you're a creator and you want constant growth, that's fine. This is not like a shame message for those of you that really want growth and are like, why aren't I seeing it? But probably a big reason why you're not seeing it is because you're paying too much attention to it. It's actually like, I'll give you guys a perfect example, okay? I had a nice surprise today. So I've just been going back to the gym because it feels good for me, right? It's something that I enjoy doing. It's literally like, I just like to work out. I like the sweat. I like the feeling of intensity. You know, fill in the blank. You guys know that this morning, so I had just gotten another pack. Now, keep in mind, this is 1 week apart, okay? Maybe 2 weeks apart, if we're going to be honest. I bought sports bras, right? Like nice fitting sports bras for the gym. Just from a week and a half of working out and just not paying any attention to it, guess how much gap room that I had in that bra this morning? I couldn't even believe what I was looking at. I was like, bro, these just came in yesterday. This literally a week ago would have been tight on me. Like, that's how fast things can change when you're just not paying attention to them. Like, right, Llama? Like things can just change when you're not paying attention to them. So for the most part, if you just focus on your people, right? You focus on the people who show up for you. Focus on the people who pour love into you, even when you feel the least lovable. I'm just going to play games I enjoy and hopefully other people like it too. Exactly, Crystal. Never trying to be something, right? Like when you focus on a different goal, activate your prey drive. Like the biggest thing that I can tell you guys as content creators, activate your prey drive outside of stream. Here's what I do, okay? I study a language. I go hiking. I read books that are big, thick, and fucking complicated. I literally sit there trying to read the same chapter for an hour, and if I can understand like maybe half of it comprehension-wise, I consider that a win. Why? Because I have high prey drive, like you guys know, because I'm about to have a Belgian Malinois puppy. I am like a working dog breed, where my poor best friend, by the way, who like is part of the reason that I'm playing this game again, she has suffered so much because I'm like a working breed dog that wasn't being exercised properly, okay? Like, I need to have mental stimulation. And what I was doing is I was actually becoming straight up socially self-destructive because I had too much energy and I had too much output. Like, I had all these ideas, right? But I didn't like sit down, write out a notebook, visualize, dream board, be like, where do I want to be a year from now? What do I want the content to feel like? What do I want my friendships to feel like? What do I want my professional connections to feel like? How do I want to be? Like, where do I want my health to be, my mental health to be? Like, I didn't sit down and really start charting this stuff. And the minute that I did, it was like, okay, well, what basic activities can I do to increase my prey drive and to exercise some of the aggression? Because that's one thing with streaming. And I mean, I'm sure that Llama feels this too, especially as lady creators. Any of my lady creators or soon to be lady creators out there, let me just explain this to you. The internet as a woman is so infuriating. Oh my God, there have been times where I have literally heard my own point repeated back to me by someone who is insisting I am wrong, and it is literally purely because I am female that it was repeated back. So one thing that I found really helpful, we have a punching bag downstairs. I literally pick up a metal rod and I just start smacking the fucker. If you can, get a big stand-up punching bag and literally just start releasing some of that aggression on it and watch how fast that things change. Like, sometimes you literally have to exercise your own demons by taking that aggression and actually discharging it somewhere. Like, sometimes you have to have the argument in your head, right? Like, it's the internet, it's infuriating. Exactly, T-Love, it's a monster. And that's why too much social media time, right? Too much scrolling, too much, oh my God, Llama, you're gonna laugh so hard. Literally, I was getting triggered by how pretty I felt another content creator was. Literally a rando that I like we've never had a conversation, and she's like just beautiful, right? And I'm like sitting here, I'm like, wow, she's so beautiful. I was taking my compliment of her, and instead of just like tweaking my makeup, going to the gym, doing something different with my hair, I was over here like getting so insecure, and I was like, bro, this is just misplaced drive. This is literally what, like, if we're training a dog, right? Like, we want to direct it somewhere else. You teach the dog to redirect not onto you, but into the open air. You teach the dog to redirect onto a toy. I literally was not activating my drive, so I was operating from so much shadow, and I wasn't mean or anything. Like, it's not like I was sitting here hating because I thought she was pretty, but I was literally over here just like crapping on myself for absolutely no reason, and it's stuff that I could have changed in 5 minutes.
Oh, I recognize where we are now.
I'm retraining my brain currently. That's exactly it, Llama, and also the nervous system. The brain and nervous system are really, like, when you start getting into the nervous system responses that we all have, especially to, like, and by the way, keep in mind, like, most of us, for those of you that are just viewers, for most of us that are content creators, we're reading what you guys say. Reading comprehension, hearing tone is so different than someone actually saying it. With PTSD is not fun. Llama, as somebody who is like, oh my God, girl, get in my DMs, please.
Let's go home.
Please get in my DMs, because as somebody with long-term CPTSD and PTSD as well, like, girl, let me tell you something right now.
What?
Yours, Atreus.
It is a serious process.
Or any prey you might have been dragging, I suppose.
Not sure.
Right, Llama, dude, I love you so much, and you're gonna do it, and you're gonna be fine. And like, let me put it to you this way, girl. When you're on, I'm gonna tell you this straight up. When you're on, there's no knocking you off your game. You know what I'm saying? You are much like me. We are literally working breed dogs. The sooner that you treat yourself like a highly reactive working breed dog, the faster everything's just going to be like, oh, it's flowing. I'm not even kidding you. The sooner that you're just like, I'm a working breed dog. I'm understimulated. Like, we hear about overstimulation all the time. We don't talk about understimulation. But there's a window of perfect stimulation where we create the best, where we dream the best, where we have ideas, right? Where we feel safe sharing those ideas. Like, I'm still somebody who has to write things down in notebooks myself because I don't always feel safe sharing it. If I'm not constantly doing something, it's hard. So you know what, girl? I got just the thing.
Intent does not matter.
I got just the thing. I'm always forgetting everything. Girl, what you want? Management that allows you to forget things, you know what I mean? Like, one thing that I love is that my mods are constantly just like, you forgot this. We need to do this. Like, Phoenix today was like, oh, we forgot the Mimir Brother command. It'll happen literally in the break between streams. She gets her teeth done? Crystal, that's wonderful for you. That's wonderful, dude. Blessings to her. I hope it goes safely and painlessly. Now I have to write down everything. The brain fog and memory loss is the scariest part of PTSD, if you ask me.
We are almost home.
It's a very, very creepy dissociative state where all of a sudden you'll find that your perception of reality is just slightly skewed. Like, the more things that can feel safe to your nervous system right now, the better. It's like, it's good to do hard things. Like, let's say that you like go for a hike, right? Because that's like objectively, physically demanding. It's great to do something like that interspersed with time periods where you just don't have to be on. Like, I do this thing where I'm like, I go out for hikes, I go try and do like challenging physical stuff. Because for me, I need the challenge, but I also need to feel like I've accomplished something, and so hiking is that great midpoint where it's like, it's just enough physical stimulation where it makes me pay attention. Although actually, Llama, the other thing that I was hearing about that might work wonders, because it might be like a weighted blanket today, is I was learning about rucking, where people are just putting like literally weights, like free weights, into a backpack, and are literally wearing that on like a hike or a walk. Oh yeah, girl. For us, physical stimulation is one of those things that's like, I wish I could say that it's optional, but whenever you are a person with a high prey drive, not having a physical target to chase after will make your brain significantly lag. And it's frustrating because it feels just like, you know what it reminds me a lot of? You know when you don't dust out your PC for a really long ass time, and then the minute that you dust it out,
It's been like this all
it
night.
scratches that itch. It's like that. We almost have to do weekly maintenance on our brains to make sure, like, okay, where am I goal-wise? Mental boost and overall healthy. Yeah, getting around trees. Trees. Dude, the presence of trees. The presence of big bodies of water, like lakes, the ocean, anything, will reset your nervous system so fast. Just the sound of the ocean. Although also the other thing too, Llama, that really helped me with my PTSD was getting a Muse headband. I got a Muse 2 headband and it actually taught me biologically how to meditate.
You're not scared. You're a brave girl.
Puppies!
Brave girl.
I want my
That's right.
riot.
He's good with them. No surprise, really.
I want my riot. Oh my god, Llama, how ready are you for Riot? I feel like I'm gonna absolutely spam you guys with Riot content. Everybody I know who has dogs is just gonna be seeing this Malinois everywhere. Y'all are just gonna be like, why do we see Riot more than we see her? And it's just gonna be him on the stream chair chilling. And knowing him, he'll teach himself how to stream, how to work the PC.
Atreus!
Those dogs do not play around. Riot emotes? Okay, like, not gonna lie, Phoenix, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking it could be cute. What do you guys think? Because all I'm gonna say, I could see that really working for us. You know? I'm saying Riot emotes would be really hella cute. Especially the process of puppy to adult. But Llama, like, that's entirely it too. Like, that's even part of why, like, after losing my baby, I was like, literally once he told me to move on, I was like, okay, I need the stimulation of like dog training. And what's weird, so here's the weirdest part of this, Llama. What actually helped the most with my consistency issues was looking up dog training information. I was like, well, fuck me. This is a whole nervous system program basically, because it literally teaches you how to regulate yourself in time with the dog. And I was just like,
For a moment.
oh.
Three of us navigating some hitherto unhappened upon patch of forest.
Been a while since you've joined us. If that's what you mean.
I was like, so I'm just a straight up aggressive animal right now because my drive isn't controlled? Got it.
You've seen them all.
How can you feel tired when you never sleep?
I was like, oh, my drive isn't being channeled into useful channels, so I'm like making it everybody else's problem. Llama, you're not even ready. My best friend was like over it. She was like holding it together so well, but she was like, I literally don't know what to do. Like, you're just
right around
you're
the
like
corner.
tweaking. And I was like, oh, I am actually. Because that's the thing for me with consistency stuff is like, so the thing that I've learned is to get into a routine, like especially early morning. As weird as it sounds, cutting out the caffeine, now I sleep so well that I have like no more issues with waking up in the morning. I'm just like, okay. Coffee was actually destroying me. Noted. Things that were not on my 2025 bingo card was quitting coffee. Thor! Let's go! This is my favorite version of Thor, too. Man, I need to wear my Mjolnir necklace for this. I have one.
Can I come in? I have meat. You would not find me good company.
You would not find me good company?
I'm
Bro,
sure
it's never
we'll
the wrong
find
time for
lots
mead.
to talk about.
I'm thinking riot emotes. I'm thinking we're gonna have like a little dog training thing that you guys are gonna be able to redeem where like we show off what he's working on. Especially to like his recalls and stuff. Like I really want to have all that nailed down. So it's gonna be cute. We're also, I'm not even gonna lie to you, Phoenix, we're also like broadly exploring the idea of potentially having a little couch behind me that he hangs out on so he's always in the back of frame. That way I can work on his downs, I can work on his sits, I can work on his place command as well. Because we're gonna do a pen instead of doing a crate. Oh, Thor looks amazing. Thor is a freaking vibe. I love this version because he has so much aura. Thor is still cool to me. Oh yeah. He'll always be. Yeah, we have a couple of things. We have a couple of puppy-oriented things that we're really gonna be... Once he happens, it's just gonna be... You guys are gonna get so spammed with Riot content. You're gonna be like, I have seen this Belgian Malinois so many times this week that I haven't even seen her. But I want to get a little tripod for the woods, do a little filming of his progress. That way, too, I can pay video attention to, like, how well he's doing with things like healing, how well he's doing with, you know, his different focus activities that I'm training him for.
Why are you here? Just being polite.
The disheveled hair really makes it, too.
You seem like a calm and reasonable person.
Now we are.
Are you?
I don't think we were when we were younger.
A calm and reasonable person.
What's up, Knight? That was the perfect use of that.
I'd say the moment calls for calm. Yeah.
Sorry, Tantrum, because I went to my room. He's gonna have to just get used to it because we came back in. And he just got a treat, so he can wait for playtime until I'm cooled off. And until he's cooled off, too, Phoenix. Because, oh my god. It's gotta be hot out there for him. Listen, if you love Thor that way, Knight, I mean, it is still technically Pride Month, so... You know? I feel like most ladies have that response to Thor, but... I'll give him to you, Knight.
Back before winter set in, there were some misunderstandings.
After the first game, hell nah, he wasn't calm, I know. I'm like... Kratos?
But I think we all have a better idea.
Lady of Barsoom
we're
Beach,
dealing
please,
with.
seeing that in her living room? I don't know, man.
What you did to his boys. Self-defense. Dying is what we Aesir live for.
So please do not hate me
Let's
for this
be
question.
honest,
Go
the
for it. You're
wartime are
fine.
Useless. But Baldur, He had value.
Who is Riot? Okay, so
He was my
Riot is the
best
Belgian
copy.
Malinois that I will be
Closer.
adopting. Basically, Llama, so, oh my god, wait, I have to tell this story on stream because I love this story. This gets me so excited. Okay, so, you know, because of that stuff, how every single freaking rescue is just inundated with Malinois. So, okay, so you're not even ready for how exciting this is, okay? So, on my birthday, Llama, they found 40 Belgian Malinois in a New York City apartment in a hoarding case. Okay, and they found everything from puppies to adults. Now they're all cohabitating, right? Luckily, these dogs do really well with being kenneled, and they do well in small spaces. So, like, thank fuck, Llama, that it was this breed, because, like, basically they opened the door and these dogs were just, like, happy to see them, even though these dogs have never seen grass, sunlight, people, anything, okay? So they find them on my birthday. Now, I'd already been interested in this breed because basically what happened is that when I was looking at shepherds, because I love the shepherd intuition, and I was like, I really want that in my life, especially because, like, you know, and I know, Llama, like, we all know my relational history is bad. Okay, it's just bad. I like shepherds because they have that crazy fast hackle response when it comes to, like, their person, where, like, if anything interacts at all with their owner, they just freak. So I was like, well, I want a shepherd. So we were talking about it, and it was actually Knight who brought up the Belgian Malinois. Right now, I was like, basically, I was already looking at German shepherds and shepherd mixes and all these, like I was looking at, like, shepherd husky mixes because I was like, oh, you know, like, why not? I've always loved the look of huskies. I've always loved the personality of huskies. They're very vocal. They're very fun. So Knight suggests the Belgian Malinois. Don't you know, guys, that 2 minutes after Knight suggests the breed and I've, like, fully do a deep dive in the breed, I was like, it kind of, like, unlocked something in me where I was like, oh, this is actually, I'm looking at me. I'm looking at my level of energy. But, like, I've never actually had a dog who could properly match my energy before, so now I'm just like, it's gonna have to happen. So I want to rescue and adopt a Belgian Malinois, specifically from the shelters, because they are overrun and because, unfortunately, these poor babies just get euthanized. Like, they literally just go onto a list and just march to a back room, and it is depressing. Like, people will not adopt them, right? Because they're a lot of high energy, they're a lot of work. But everybody that I know that has one is like, well, you can't just have one, you know, you're going to want to have more, like, potato chips.
But he had his uses, and now he's gone because of you.
And I was just like, well, Riot's gonna be a thing. Because what happened, Llama, and this was crazy, is that 12 hours after Raja died, he was in my dream with a puppy that I never saw before, right? And I'm, like, looking at the dark puppy, big satellite ears. Now, I'm thinking it's a German Shepherd puppy. It was literally a Malinois puppy. Like, when I saw the puppy of the Belgian Malinois, I was like, that's literally what I had a dream of with Raja. And then woke up with the name Riot in my head and was like, cool. I'm just gonna roll with the intuition of it, you know what I mean? Like, my boy will know his successor. So sure enough, I started connecting with Malinois people, I started looking into this, and then out of nowhere comes this finding that there were 40 of them in one cramped room. So I'm just like, how do I
What do you want?
do well keeping Riot active? Constant stimulus. Exactly, and I want to have him on stream, Llama. I literally want him to be sitting here with me, so that you guys can just constantly be around him. You know what I mean? Like, I want to make him so much a fixture of stream that you guys can interact with him, so that he has constant mental stimulation, I have constant mental stimulation.
Retired god.
They're wonderful dogs.
Just don't kill each other.
They are, and I also want him to be combat trained, so we are going to do the bite training, we are going to do the tug training, because I'm like, his breed is literally made for this. It feels kind of wrong to deny him that, and also I want him to have the confidence and security to be able to intervene. So I'm very hype about it. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be a very different level of canine experience, and it's just going to be so good.
His old ways are dead.
So we're not going to do Riot Cam, but what we are considering, so, like, I'm thinking of either, so all of this is getting renovated. Like, I'm doing Venetian plaster all over this room. Llama, you're not even ready. We're getting full property security cameras, full gate locks. We have got so much security going in on the property, not just because of Riot, but because of, frankly, like, me doing this full time. Not to sound whatever, but, like, woman on the internet. Security's a concern. My dad was like, it'd be good to have this. So what's going to be fun is that all of this is getting renovated with Venetian plaster. All of this, did he, like, show up? I'm assuming I have it all decked out now, yeah. once you have that happen to you one time, I feel like that's the experience. Bro, thank God that you're okay. Holy shit, he showed up.
You understand?
Kept leaving money at my house.
And then that's it. Then we're square. Shit, I'll
Okay,
even
wait.
the deal.
This is not Llama. I am not making light of the situation, but where do I fill out paperwork that I could have money left at my doorstep without the stalking part? If somebody just wants to start running hundreds and just like start just like dispense, where's this man now? I'm asking for me. It was like $5 every time. They were cheap. Bro, that's the part that triggers me. What? Like, let's up our standards here. Can we get like a couple racks going here? Like, can we get a couple hundred every time? I feel like they need to be paying more to be doing this, you know?
That I know you stole.
I mean, thanks for the coffee money, but Jesus God. You got the Temu stalker?
Little shit.
Oh no. But I got cameras everywhere, alarms on every door in window. Good, Llama, good. Because honestly, that's terrifying. That's
He's lost weight.
If he tells
someone
you
showing
Snow
up at your door
white,
is actually
he's a
crazy
liar.
work. I mean, God bless them. I will sick my mother on them. And she will proceed to tell you about sunflowers until you know so much about sunflowers that you proceed to decide that I'm not worth the energy.
Here's a deal I know you can trust.
Because she'll just still be going 3 hours later.
Your debt.
He was an 18-year-old kid who figured out I was in the area. It was wild. Girl,
Keep
what is this 18-year-old doing spending his lunch money like this? What is happening?
your boy
What is happening?
safe.
He thought it was hilarious?
It's really all you want.
Bro, what is wrong with him? You can't just look up somebody's...
So what do you say?
You can't just show up at someone's door, dude. That's insane. I'm so glad that you're safe. I'm so glad that you're okay and that he wasn't something like... Oh my god, girl. I had a combo with him without realizing...
No.
That's terrifying. See, like, I need them to at least try and DM me first. At least try and be a creeper the traditional way first.
Don't take all day.
Because I'll put it to you this way, like, and ask you about my husband and shit, and I was like, oh, Llama, that's crazy. Oh my god, girl, that's crazy.
Time.
Cops and parents he lived with got involved, never had an issue since, yeah. Well, because it's clearly some kind of a mental breakdown. You, like, there's something going on there that's terrifying. You know what I mean? There's something bigger health-wise going on, because that's not... Girl, I'm so glad that the right people got involved, and I hope that he got the support that he needs to not ever do this shit again, and I'm glad that you got the support that you need to never let this happen again. And you know what? For all we know, maybe he was having some kind of a break. Like, I swear to God, sometimes... And this is not to blame everything on mental illness, because, like, all I'm gonna say is, like...
Can't fight without your axe, coward.
Because, like, sometimes it is actually insane how normal people can be 1 minute and then they spiral into areas that we don't recognize the next.
That's all. You were fine showing me.
But, like, never would have been like, yeah, this is a stalker looking person. I know. I think part of it, too, is our media representation of what these threats look like.
You insult me holding back like this.
See, this is how I want... See, this is how I always love it when my mods talk to me. And that's my toxic trait. But no, agreed, Llama. And I think part of it, too, is, like, we have such a narrow media version of what a stalker would even be. You know what I mean? Like, we all think it looks a particular way, but then suddenly you're in the situation, you're like, bro, this is actually scary. Maybe you remind him of the lost loved one. It's possible. The thing is, too, Llama, is like, you're so lovable that I completely understand where it's like, he was like, oh, I want this person in my life, but there's just better ways to go about it. Like, I don't think that what people understand is that it's actually very easy to get close to streamers if you're very active in their community and very kind and just be chill and be friends. Like, this stalking shit is what literally reduces your proximity to them because people notice it and then they avoid you. You know what I mean? Like, I wish that more people understood that, like, the key to getting close to anybody in life is to not make it weird, to be very chill, Don't make it weird, just be chill, like, especially too if somebody's like letting you know, like, hey, I think that you're cool, great, great. Like, most of us as adults still want to make friends, you know what I mean? Like, if he was just a chill guy who was a great support in the community and it turned out that, like, it's like, oh, wow, I didn't realize that we were so proximal to each other, like, blah, 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 like... I don't at all. I have to be very close with you and almost all the time a female. No offense, but you know exactly. Agreed, Llama. Agreed. And it's really it's like, it's very weird. It's very sad because it's like, you're never trying to be dismissive, but at the same time, it's just like, bro. Holy. Holy, this fight. I forgot about this.
Stop holding back!
I don't think what most people realize though is that it's actually so easy to just be chill and like not do these things. Like one thing that I constantly try to stress to people is that I'm like, listen, I've met some of my best friends ever on the internet, but one of my big rules is that the minute that somebody starts to make it weird, like the minute that I start to feel like there's an emotional dependency, that's the moment where I'm just like, all right, look, like for the interest of everyone's mental health, don't do that shit. Because sometimes too, and this is very sad, but sometimes too in these spaces, like, the nature of the connection leads to a kind of emotional dependency where, like, you really do start to see, like, I don't use the parasocial distinction often, but you do actually start to see these relationships develop that are genuinely alarming.
Get a clean slate. That ain't how it works.
Where it's like, bro, like, no viewer of mine should ever have their mental health dictated by how close that they are to me or something that I say. You know what I mean? Like, I'm literally just a person.
Oh no. I say...
I'm literally just a person. I say dumb shit all of the time. I'm wrong all of the time. Literally do not ever take anything that I say as, like, gospel. I am not a messiah. I am literally just a person, and a person who is limited in their capacities like anybody else. It's like, maybe content creators, but we're people. Like,
This is the god that murdered a pantheon because they hurt his feelings.
now listen, that was dirty and we both know it. But no, I feel the exact same way, Llama. Like, with the girls, I never worry. And by the way, like, to any of our newbies who are, like, getting pretty close to me, like, don't worry about it. Like, when it's ladies or it's non-threatening males, no problem. But, like, in general, for men, I do not allow men, even who are working on my house, to have my phone number. That's one of those things where, like, I even specified it with my parents, and I was like, at no point is anybody who's working on the house ever going to need to have my phone number. And if they tell you that they do, that should be very suspicious to you, because there is no reason for them to be contacting me that way unless it's required. My streak makes you... Oh no. Oh, Phoenix, you're fine. I don't... When we're talking about obsessive behavior, what I'm talking about is usually the kind of thing where... And you usually see it... I hate to put it this way because I don't want to be like, whatever, but... And I thankfully have not had one of these for a good long while. But usually what you see a lot of is people showing up in the DMs that way, where they'll send you like 14 messages and they're like, I don't understand why you're not replying to me faster. I don't understand why. And you're like, wait, you're like, wait, what the hell's happening? Like, what have I consented to enter into here without it being... Like, that's why too on Discord, like, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, it's actually kind of hard to get me into like a casual conversation, because I had some folks who were DMing me and they were telling me things like good morning, good night, and I was like, what are you doing right now? And especially when they're male, I'm like, yeah, we're not doing that. I'm like, not to be rude or whatever, but like, I don't...
This is the man who faced down Sigrid, the Valkyrie Queen.
Actually, I didn't. Chris loved me and didn't find it fair. I wouldn't give him a chance. Nothing I ever did made him say that it was weird. Immediate ban and were my friends. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, Llama, too. Like, when people behave that way, like, because... And don't get me wrong, like... There's also the weird element, right? Where sometimes you really do hit it off with somebody and it's like, oh, maybe. I think one of the biggest things to keep in mind is like we're all people, yes, but like the internet unfortunately has made so many behaviors normalized that should never have been. Like this whole weird parasitic culture, like I'll never forget, I really noticed it the most with Marza and PewDiePie having their home broken into like 7 times. I was like, bro, if you need to move entire countries because you can't stop having home break-ins, we've got a problem, you know? But no, one of my big rules is that like, one of the things is that I'm very, hello Sandwich, it's so good to see you, dude. How's your day going today? I hope it's been an okay day for you. There's something about a proper title. I'm not consider gay, but androsexual because, well, I can go by he. Ultimately, I don't identify as man. Fair. Correct. Correct. And fair. But no, I'm telling you right now, some of the stuff that we see on the internet is just crazy. Sandwich, I'm having a great day because we're reapproaching this game at last. We're reapproaching this game at last, and it's just so wonderful to be back in it.
Modi sought us in fear of you. He died of the wounds you
So Modi was his son. And dude, I'm so glad it's been a good day. I've been vibing. I love this game. I think it's beautiful. I'm excited to be back. I was excited to be wrong. I love being wrong when it's about stuff that I can actually do something about.
I give a hot shit about your fatherly advice. I want to see the god of war.
I could give a shit about your fatherly advice, bro, but like, you'd think he'd care. Since, like, you know, the person in question that we unalived was his son. Are we going to talk about how much my confidence has increased? Going on vacation starting Wednesday for 2 weeks. Congratulations, dude. That's going to be wonderful. Oh my god, I'm so excited for you. Some much needed time off, some rejuvenation. Literally was just talking with Llama about this too, and I feel exactly this way. I think it's so important to have regular scheduled vacations where you can just unwind and decompress. Phoenix, what are we clipping? What am I missing? Like, wait, what did I do? Are you working on something I'm not aware of? I'm like, wait, am I doing like epic combat things? But I was like, no, are we gonna talk about how much more confident that my combat skills are with this game than it was the first time? Which is really funny because the first time we played this, it was very recent that we had played both Souls and the prior God of War, which was nuts. Dude, he's terrifying. I feel like anybody who says that this version of Thor doesn't, like, thrill them is crazy. I feel like that's the biggest crazy thing. I mean, like, I actually have to say too, Llama, I think one of the weirdest and strangest things is, like, it's sometimes the way that, like, the emotional dependency forms in these spaces. Like, that's one thing that, like, even myself, like, back in the days when I was only just a viewer, like, clip parts of the Thor. Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, that'll be good to have. I love this fight. I have to say, like, the fights in this game, the fights in any God of War game are, like, some of the best parts of it. Let's go! The hammer and axe clash as well as the fighting. It's so good. For the lightning, yeah.
Lesser version of you. But I am not my sons. And your boy, Allfather, has plans for him.
Bro, and then Kratos is gonna have plans for you that involve death. Yo, that punch though.
There he is.
Yo, look at the hammer. The hammer is cool as hell.
There's the god of war.
One more round?
Consider your blood debt paid. Be seeing ya.
I feel slightly ghosted by Thor. I would like more Thor. We have more Thor content.
Told you he'd make it.
Kratos, it's Sindri and Brock. That was quite a fight. Can we?
Oh, now! Odin is with Atreus.
Impressive that
I'll go get a gateway ready.
Impressive that Thor actually made a real dent into Kratos. Brock and Sindri, man, it feels good to be back.
Well, good to see you making new friends. Ain't that me old there pack a punch?
Now let me check one thing because I want to make sure.
Mentioned it.
I know that. Wasn't ever sure you were listening.
Okay, it's that for those skills. I keep on hitting the wrong button, which is the problem. While evading, hold L back and RB for a quick boomerang throw. That sounds good.
At least it was good to see the axe hold their own. Kind of the point after all.
Ah, that looks awesome. This game looks so beautiful. I have to say, upgrading the CPU is one of the best things that we did last year. This year, we're looking into the GPU stuff. I am so freaking happy
All set. This'll get you
with the way that this is running.
No use trying to bifrost your way around the realms. Odin's got them locked down tight. Or ain't you noticed? I know it's been a while, and I'm so damn lovable, but your boy's waiting, ain't he?
This armor. We have... Oh, cool. We have to celebrate 2 decades of adventure. Excuse me, when did we get this? The black bear? That looks cool as hell. Dark Odyssey bracers, wraps of the black bear. Yo, this is actually looking sick. I forgot how awesome that all of the cosmetics in this are. That's one thing about returning to some of these games. Like, I just love... Yeah, let's go. I just love the way that it looks. And I love the way that it feels to play.
Hey,
Dark Odyssey is a gift to celebrate.
thing there, Tiny. If you got Aesir at your door, then I reckon your protection stave's busted. Once
Lordy.
you chase Odin off, you got another place to lay your head tonight?
Bro, the performance drop in here, though? What just happened to my game? What the hell? What in the choking? Hang on. Something? Okay, that has slight lag, so that's all CPU. Bro, my game though? Hang on. Let me save. If it will even let me. This is terrifying, stream? Bro, the performance drop on that was actually insane. We're gonna overwrite that. This is craziness. All right, hang on. There we go. That fixed it. I'm like, what in the actual hell was that performance leak? That was terrifying. What's weird too, and so like I understand like it's stressing out the CPU, right? Like, and I get that that's kind of the choke point in that moment, but holy crap, holy. That fell off of a cliff dramatically from where we were compared to where we went. Let's just see. Because Because, like, we haven't really had any issues with this game. So it's super weird to just randomly see.
Hey, one last thing there, Tiny. If
Are we
you
better?
got Ace here at your door, then I reckon your protection stave's busted. Once
Dude,
you
that was
take Odin
insane.
off, you got another place to lay your head tonight? And I don't mean that talking, fella.
I will not abandon my home.
Oh yeah? And what's to stop the all-fucker from spying on you? Or Raven pecking your house to splinters while you're asleep in it? Nothing, that's what. You go get your boy, and I'll speak to a certain someone about putting you up at his place in a pinch.
Like, this is crazy, right? Like, that was nuts. The transition from one scene to the next. It was like, y'all are witnessing this with me, right?
Brother!
Brother!
I was about to look for you.
Are you hurt?
Precious
you?
moment.
What does he want?
To, pay for the roof. And he invited me to Asgard.
Did he? I couldn't hear once he went outside.
I told him no. Obviously.
Oh my god, I absolutely love this armor.
Good. Why were you searching for Tyr?
If I told you I was looking for him, you would have said not to.
So you hid the truth. From me.
I wanted to tell you. I really did, but now that you know, there's something you should see.
No.
Just trust me, you'll want to.
Trust! You have broken my trust.
God.
Then let me regain it. Let me show you what I found.
Just listen to the kid, for God's sake.
Besides, we haven't seen the last of Odin. Or Thor. And clearly they can just walk in and blast holes in our home whenever they want. There's only one way to get them off our backs. And I think I know how. Sir.
God, the performance dips are actually out of this world. Actually, it's only crazy on my monitor above. It's not crazy for you guys.
Shall we? Gather your things.
This is the trippiest experience. I'm like looking up at the top monitor and then looking, just like, why? I mean, I guess all that matters is that it's running smoothly here. Like now it seems to be running smoothly here at least. Armor and equipment improve stats like defense. Way ahead of y'all. That is much better. Oh, actually, 4 and 4 is pretty modest. Oh wait, let's switch up Atreus's. I can't hang. Dark Odyssey, let's go. He looks so good. I think his refusal to listen definitely comes from not wanting to let him go. I mean, I remember closely their closest relative. Yeah, I think every single parent ever is going to struggle with allowing their child the room to also make mistakes and be a person. Like, it's something that, you know, you can be the most incredible parent in the world and you're still going to struggle with, like, letting your kids even go out the door, especially, like, in the world that we live in. It's something that it's understandable that he really wants to demand this, like, strict adherence and trust. But it's just... Also, you're really not going to blow out the candles before you leave?
And keep the change, you bastard!
Can I just stress how much you should never leave the house with candles running? In case any of you are wondering. I'm gonna save here. What I'm trying to do is access the... One thing that's a little bit clunky is that it's actually quite difficult to, matter at all? No. Let's see. Floor, armor. Slowly but surely I'm learning. Defense +2, strength +1. Yeah, I love their relationship and their bond. It's hard, you know?
Shortcut. We can walk it. Believe me.
Where is he?
Where are we going?
The old temple in the Wildwoods.
Why?
It'll be easier to explain once we're there.
Did Odin say anything else while you were outside?
Yeah. He said he doesn't care about Jotunheim anymore. That the giants can keep their secrets. He's averted Ragnarok his own way. You think he knows all the giants are dead?
I'm more concerned that it no longer matters to him. What's he up to?
I'm like listening to my fans.
What happened here? So close to home.
Our raiders warring with one another now.
Those are not their arrows. Something else is out here.
Almost
It's all
to the
coming
bridge.
back to me.
Oh, guess the bridge gave out. Gonna need another path to the temple.
Why would you come out this way alone?
I had dreams calling me here.
Dreams.
Whoa, that one's still alive.
No.
Whoa!
Closer.
Could have warned me.
Suppose it's too much to hope that an enemy of theirs would be a friend of ours.
Always.
You see something down there?
Wasn't there a section of this where I had to keep fighting something that was driving me insane? Trying to remember. There was like some fight that we got into, I think early in this game. Yeah, dude, I am having the weirdest performance issues on one monitor. I'm so happy that it doesn't seem to be translating to stream. Like, Phoenix, stream is pretty,
Whoa! Bloody hell, brother! What was that?
Something strong and dangerous.
stream is looking fine, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, performance-wise?
All the way on guard.
Because on my OBS monitor, it looks beautiful. It's literally just on my...
Frost in my nest stump!
Oh? Because the stream is looking fine on everybody else's end, that I'm less worried about what's going on with the other monitor.
This bridge collapsed.
Oh, a while ago. Wasn't me.
Okay, so what I'll do is after this stream, I'm going to tweak the settings a little bit to figure out what is going on.
Remember when I said there was someone who might help us get answers about the giants and Loki?
You mean Tyr? The old god of war in these lands, who is dead.
Well, for a dead man, Odin seemed pretty keen on seeing he wasn't found.
Right?
Quiet.
He knows Tyr.
I hear something.
Because I'm a little bit like...
Look out!
Well, they return from the dead rather swiftly, don't they?
This is so satisfying. I wish I could explain to you guys how satisfying that the blades are. But unless you experience it, you're not really gonna get it. Alright guys, let me actually save here. Just because, you know what? My fans are going a little bit crazy. What we're going to do, because I've also got therapy in a little bit, is that I am going to be back closer to 5. We're either going to be playing more of this, or we are going to hop into some Planet Crafter, but I think that this is kind of a perfect pause point for episode 1, just so that we're not missing too much of the cutscenes and dialogue. I know for a fact that if we pick this up tonight, we're probably going to be going for 5 to 6 hours straight. I'm going to get things squared away on this end so that you guys don't have the annoyance of having to deal with it. But I will see you guys later on at about 5 p.m. I might do a little bit of an earlier start time. We might be looking at closer to 4 because therapy ends at 3:30. But keep an eye out for me. It was lovely to hang out with you guys and talk. I will see y'all at 5. For those of you that are going to stick around, feel free to continue hanging out and chat. We will also be getting a Mimir command before the next stream, so look forward to it. I've got a couple